Hi guys, Paul Dexter here, coming to you from my analog domain. It's funny, I've been thinking a lot about my history recording music, and from the early 80s and then through, the 4-track, 8-track, 16, 24-track, and then the Pro Tools era. And now there's like no limits to the work we can do. And it kind of got me partly just sentimental, but also thinking like, I could make a good album now in Pro Tools, but in the 80s I could only make terrible sounding recordings on my 4-track. So I thought, well, a fun challenge for me might be, let's see if I can make a good recording on my 4-track. So pick this bad boy up and we'll see how it goes. We want to talk about Infocomm next week. Orlando Infocomm 2023. We'll be at booth 4009. We'll be showing our Bridging the Silos functionality as well as everything else in Jetbuilt. So come by and say hi and see what's new. Bridging the Silos, really our theme for this year. We're really trying to help facilitate the connections between the end user, consultant, integrator, manufacturers, distributors, for the good of a project, right? So if it helps spur a conversation between maybe an end user, their desire, and a consultant's help or an integrator's help on designing that project, this can fuel that collaboration and make a better project and help all parties. So come and see Bridging the Silos functionality at Infocomm. Next up, Jetbuilt Summit. We're going to be meeting at the Congress Plaza Hotel, downtown Chicago. It's going to be a fantastic time. This will be our 4th annual Jetbuilt User Summit. We're really excited to see you there. We shot a save the date announcement a couple of weeks ago or so, a few weeks ago, and many of you replied that you want to be there. Well, we are offering a pre-registration at Infocomm or online. If you aren't going to be at the show, you can register online. We've opened up registration, and until the end of Infocomm, you can come at this crazy low price and get you and your team registered for the summit. And more about what Summit is and does on the website. Follow this link here. Okay, some new features in Jetbuilt. Let's talk about those to keep this video short. We're part of Bridging the Silos is bid processing. Jetbuilt now can handle your bid processing. If you are an end user or you're a consultant on behalf of your end user and you need to get a quote on a project, one quote from an integrator or a batch of quotes for a bid process, all of that can happen inside of Jetbuilt. You can share the project with the bidders. They can do their work, and then they can submit those bids to you. You can analyze those bids for value and so forth. And this streamlines the conversation, the questions asked during the process of bidding, as well as project updates. We've added another room, so be sure to get that in, or we've added functionality or removed functionality there. All of this can be coordinated within Jetbuilt. So it's powerful functionality that consultants and end users are beginning to take advantage of. So take a look at that, and you can see a demo of that at Infocomm. We've got new service package formulas. Many of you sell or offer service packages with your projects, and we've added a few other formulas for you. So take a look at those. Bulk updating your item costs. For 7 or 8 years, Jetbuilt has had obviously the dealer pricing connection, so your pricing is being updated. But if you've got an existing project that's already been quoted, we don't change your dealer costs as they may go up, but instead we give you an alert, and then you can update that cost for that item. But last week we added the ability to update across your entire project with one button. Kind of a simple functionality, but it's a dangerous button, of course, if you use it without care. But yeah, you can quickly update thousands of items if your pricing's gone up. The reason obviously is in this world we live in today, prices are going up monthly rather than quarterly or annually. So we tried to make that easier for you guys. Sub-clients. So many of you work for maybe a school district, and then there's each school is a client, and even perhaps each department within that school is another client. So you have these multiple tiers, and Jetbuilt now allows for these tiers of clients, and where one can belong to the other. And then of course that pulls into reporting. So you can pull up reports of sales to a parent client, which would include all of the children and so forth. So you can dig into that as part of our enterprise, of course. And last but not least on this list is our service package included. So we've allowed you to present service packages for your projects, extended service packages that can go out, 1, 2, 5 years or whatever. And so now we allow you to make those service packages, but one of them can be denoted as it's inside the project, it's part of the project total, and you're going to get it. So look for that. Then there's other updates we've been doing, like for larger organizations using single sign-on, also like team permissions for onboarding and offboarding groups of people with a little more ease and clarity, and a lot of other new functionality. There's probably dozens of things since our last update that I'm not mentioning, but those are some things of interest. I'll let you know how my 4-track recordings go with recording my friends and seeing if I can make any good sounding music on a cassette 4-track. We'll see how it goes. All right, until then, we will see you next week and we'll see you beyond. This is Paul Dexter signing off.